All right. Okay. So Jill,
I don't.
you're not gonna see.
Okay.
I'm doing live feed. I'm just telling
Well,
you right
you
now.
just stay over there.
Don't come streaking in front of the door.
I was sitting here first, and you didn't come into my territory.
No, I come in doing a live feed.
Well,
You
go
just don't go streaking
go
in front of the
back
door
out
again.
doing your live
I'm going
feed.
in here to my study in here right quick, woman.
Okay.
I'm explaining to her, don't come streaking in front of my camera again. Basically in her drawers there. Let me get set down and get all situated here. And there we go. I got a plug. Let me find my cord. Let's see. Where's my cord at? My daily or my nightly ritual is charging batteries every night, and I've got like a ton of plug-in cords here. There it is, right there. Let's plug her in right here. See, let's see. Get some juice going. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, this morning here, somebody's talking about the temperature. This morning here, it was 52 this morning. Winds blowing about 20 miles an hour. It's been chilly all day. It's supposed to get down to 42 tonight here, I believe, and everything. Let's see. Jill said today is the first day she's had off this week, and she said she hadn't doing nothing. Pawpaw. Skeeter bug. Don't mess with me there, Skeeter bug. I know where you live over there, man. Let's shut this door away. I keep Jill from streaking. Man, it sucks not being able to see here. So Skeeter bug is he must be home tonight over there. See their trucker run. Oh, I was talking to Rada this afternoon, and his 37 up there in New York this afternoon, where he was at, and get my iPad opened up here and get it. See what we got going on here on it. I need to jump on my computer. That's what I need to do. Let me turn the volume all the way down. Oh, Skeeter bug's working. They must not be. Yeah. The Skeeter bug happens to be. He needs to change his name. That don't sound right, but he lives over here by me. Me and him's good friends, and it's kind of funny. He's a little slow. I'm gonna jank on him a little bit. He's a little slow figuring things out. He's not much younger than I am, and he finally decided to start having kids here about 2 years ago, I guess. And he done popped out too. I mean, quick. And so it's been kind of enjoyable chit-chatting with him, reliving some of the total tormentuous heck that I went through back in the day, and all that. Let's see. Yeah, Larry's talking about I want to know if I heard the forecast for Sunday. I have. Let's see. Sam says he was up on the roof of International Paper in Columbus all day today. Oh, Lord. No, Brent's talking about the meals over there where he's at. Our meals are, I think we're going to be going down here for much more longer. Let's see. So I am ready. Somebody talking about the storms a while ago. I'm ready for them. If they come through, I went ahead and today I cut down trees yesterday afternoon. He cut down a bunch of trees, and that was part of the video that y'all seen. It was today's video of digging out where the patio is going to be poured. I took down 3 pretty good sized trees. All 3 of them are dead, and at that same place and moved that big flower pot and everything. So when I this afternoon, when I unloaded everything, I went to and topped off my chainsaw gas, got it full, so in case we do have a big storm come through, because if we have any wind come through of any amount, as wet as the ground is, there's gonna be some trees hit the ground, man, because they're fully leafed out now and everything. Let's see, never logged in Louisville, Mississippi. I see there, Josh. Let's see, Tracy from Houston, Mississippi. Let's see, may have said Josh from Maine. I'm gonna get a few more on here there, Joseph, before I yell out that right quick. Let's see, Oh, Brad wants to know how I like the new grill. First run on it, I did a burn off on it today, about lunch, I guess. And I cooked on it tonight. It did pretty good. You know, first run on it was ended up pretty good. Let's see. Kenneth says one of their meals actually took them off quota for next week. That is kind of crazy. Walter wants to know that I purchased a flagpole yet. No, I hadn't purchased one yet. Hadn't purchased one. I'd like to kind of do something. I've been thinking about that. I'd like to kind of do something kind of cool along the flagpole deal. I've been kind of pondering Southern Dirt. I've been kind of pondering on that a little bit. And, you know, because it's going to take some concrete to, there's Byron Glover from Pavo, Georgia, or Pavo. I can't remember how you say it, but yeah, he knows where he is. Big supporter. Amber Robinson from Martin County, Kentucky. So anyhow, what I was talking about flagpole, it's going to kind of have to be a 2-stage process. And paved boat. There we go. So what I was thinking is just kind of brainstorming on it, is kind of get some followers involved in it. Get you know, one weekend, have some people come over if they wanted to hang out or something like that, come over and we could get the concrete done, get it put down in the ground, and then, you know, the next weekend or the next weekend after that or something, actually stand the flagpole up and do that. I think that would be pretty cool. Where the heck did I freaking, it must have been on my back or something. Let me, let's see. Brian says IP in Prattville. That's down toward South Alabama down there. Is wide open right now. Ralph says he loves my channel. Let's see, Jordan is in Columbus, North Carolina. Let's see, there's James. Yeah, it'll be a deal. I have to figure out something else where we can incorporate a couple of other things in, where we can have some fun and everything. There's Brad Warner. He's from West Virginia. And yes, I have watched The Harmless Farmer, Andy. Let's see, Jacob J. Nova Scotia, Nicole. I don't know how to say that last name. Macachurn or Macechurn, something like that. Let's see here. There's old Rada. So I was having Rada, that's Adam Butler. He's kind of Adam is an original tater. There was a few taters who, I think they foreseen the future perhaps, maybe, or either they were just desperate for friends, but they bit in and got a pit bull bite on the Cotton Top 3 bandwagon when it was fresh, when the Red Hot Fresh sign was on back when like Krispy Kreme does. And Rada has been hanging in there like an old dingleberry ever since then. He's one of them. And there's Mr. Larry right there too. Mr. Larry was one of the original stalkers, man. He was one of the first ones to show up here at my house and stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, Haiti or Hattie Outdoors wants to know if shop videos are coming back. Yeah, I haven't filmed anything in the shop or done anything like that, and stuff. Let's see. What's gas prices down here? About the lowest I've seen here is about $1.59 that I know of here. Let's see here. Let's see. There's Michael Brown. Let's see. There's Napa Brent. Hadn't seen Napa Mike yet. Napa Mike may already be in the sauce already this afternoon. He sent me some snaps earlier today there and everything. Let's see. Tyler wants to know how much fuel we go through in a week. I'm not sure. We go through quite a lot though. We go through a good bit and everything. Let's see. Senseless. He's out there in Vegas. His gas out there is $2.50, which don't surprise me. Pennsylvania's $2.12. Dang, Napa Brent, they got it cheap down there. Napa Brent's gas probably got freaking water in it down there in Broxton, Georgia. That's where he's at. And I think about the only thing down there is that convenience store across the road, and then the Napa store that's across the other side of the road that Napa Brent's in down there. Let's see. Tony wants to know what's going on, Pumpkin. Not much. Not much. Let's see. Yeah. Napa Brent about to sauce himself with some Crown Reserve. You may as well go get some Everclear or something there, Napa Brent, or some Mad Dog or something like that. Jarek Booker wants to know, do I still have shirts for sale? The Tater store never closes. It's always open 24/7. You got to worry about no social distancing there or anything like that. Let's see. No, Tom said he sees the doors closed. Did I get warned? No, I warned Jill a while ago before I come in here. She's sitting there on the couch all chilled out and everything, and she thought I was coming in there to film her. She about freaked slap out. Let's see. Dang, James says they had gas for 99 cents a gallon last weekend in Pearl, Mississippi. That's down there around Jackson down there and stuff. Let's see. Barbecue grill, Michael Dunaway wants to know about the barbecue grill. I'll do a video on that. I got to cook on it a few times, and before I make myself look like a complete fool on that. Cottonwood was out there with me this morning and this afternoon, and he was pretty helpful. He showed me a lot of other stuff. Ralph wants to know, am I going to do any other films with Hollis Farms? Yes, I will, and everything. No, yeah, somebody says we got about 182 out there looking. Y'all all throw the like, give me the big thumbs up on the live feed here. Grant, actually met Grant Wright. He's from Valdosta, Georgia. I met him down there at Moultrie. He's a cool guy. And he says it's $1.57 there. Let's see. Yeah, Kevin, I did get me one. I ended up buying a Pit Boss is what I bought. I talked to a lot of different people about the grills. and looked at a lot of different brands of grills and everything like that. And I've got a real good friend that lives down here just south of him. I'm not going to look at the comments for just a second. I'm going to so y'all don't get mad or anything. And I got a hold of him the other night. He's one of my best childhood friends I grew up with, and I got a hold of him. His name's Chris. We actually look like twins. I've got to get him on video one day, and I need to. And he's really, we grew up all the way up through school together and everything, been friends forever. And I got a hold of him the other night, and I said, "Man, ain't you got a Traeger grill?" And he texted me back, and he said, "No." He said, "I ain't got a Traeger." He said, "I got a Pit Boss." He said, "Let me tell you what." He said, "Don't buy a Traeger." He said, "It's just," he says, "like a lot of this other stuff." He said, that's just a name." He said, "If you're going to buy one," he said, "buy the Pit Boss." And he said, "They're actually built quite a bit better." And he said, "You're going to get a lot more bang for your buck on that." So I asked him, I said, "Where'd you get it from?" He said, "Heck, you can find them at Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, all that stuff like that." So I got to looking, got to doing a little digging and everything, and seeing which one I kind of like. Well, when I checked our Lowe's here, they happen to have one in stock. And so I actually saw him in town yesterday, and I stopped and showed him what I was fixing to do, and he said, "I'll go with you right quick." He said, "I can get you a better price than what you can get there at Lowe's." So we busted up in there, and he does a lot of contractor work and stuff and everything, and ended up walking out of there. I left with it's a pellet grill, and then it's got a gas side to it. And it also has an open burner on the far right side of it there also too. Heavy. Me and him were going to load it up by ourselves, and we couldn't do it. One of the Lowe's guys seen us about to have a hemorrhoid out there, so he run over real quick and helped us get in the truck. And when I got home, then I had to take the Mini to pick that thing up. I put 4 straps on it, picked it up out of the truck, and set it on the concrete, and we rolled it in the carport and everything. There was a comment that came up a while ago I seen here, but Chris is he has a mini excavator too. He does primarily a lot of septic work, and he just bought last year, not long after I bought my Kubota, he bought a new Yanmar, a 55 Yanmar. And Southern Dirt says, he says, I'm too cheap, I build my own smokers. Well, funny thing is, I've got a monster smoker down there in my shop. It has a firebox, a huge firebox on the back of it. And the main pit part is 6 foot long and 36 inches diameter. And then it has a warmer box on the front. It's actually, I built the trailer, I built the whole thing. I actually built 2 of them at one time. And I had a neighbor live behind me one time that he loved to drink beer. I mean, he loved to drink beer. So he talked me into, if he bought all the stuff and he got the tank for it, we'd do 2 of them and everything. So ended up building 2 of them at one time, and I got it in there. But it takes a lot of wood to fire that thing right there. Let's see. Thomas asked, "How's Jay doing?" And all. All right, so I tried to call Jay. It's been a week or so ago. I didn't get an answer. I think he's doing okay, but man, I don't know and everything. Let's see. What's here? Hang on, let's see. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Jay. I'm not sure what his status is currently right now, and all that. Let's see. Kevin Harris. He says their paper mill is running wide open right now, 3,075 feet a minute. That's moving right there. That's pumping out some paper right there, and all that. So go back to the grills. The the Traeger that I was looking at, I mean, was about $1,100 or something like that. And anyhow, the Pit Boss that I got, and I got it right. The asking price on it was $649, I believe. So we'll see how it works out and everything. Let's see. So Jason Crocker, he's up there in Canada, and so they buy their. For those of y'all who don't know, their gas up there in Canada is sold by the liter. They don't sell it by the gallon up there. So their gas up there, he says, is 83 cents a liter. And of course, that figures out to be, he puts it in his comment right here, $3.20 a gallon is what that figures out to be. And so their gas is still high as heck up there. There's Josh, 3,500 Cummins right there. He done throwed out $1 out there on the chat right there and everything. And let's see. Pat just sent $10 through, and that's pretty cool. Appreciate that, y'all. Josh and Pat. Let's see. There's Thomas Johnson. Thomas, what is it like over there, man? And what's the status of the wood flow over there right now, man? And let's see. Glenn asked about the old footbridge in Columbus. Nothing has been done on it now. I think they come out there and did some surveying on it about 2 weeks ago. That week that I flew the big electric crane, I think they were doing some underwater survey on it. I tried to get out there. I got tipped off that there was looked like a survey boat out there in the water. And by the time I got out there, they were already gone. And but as far as anything actually being done on it, nothing's been done on it yet. Matthew wants to know how's the weather. It is a little bit chilly here today. Johnny wants to know how I'm doing. I'm doing good. Patrick Craner from Central New York. Anchorage, Alaska. Let's see. Thomas said it's pretty good still. Quotas are fluctuating some, but nothing outside of normal. That's pretty good because I think, see, we couldn't even run today. You know, it was we only had one meal that we could haul to this week. Of course, everybody went to that one meal, and our paper mill didn't take anything this week from us. And they told us Wednesday night that we could haul 4 loads into the paper mill for Thursday. We had a big storm come through here early yesterday morning, dumped over an inch of rain just like that. And so we had already done ruined our road going in and out. So we didn't even go up there yesterday. And then today we wasn't going to work today anyhow because there wasn't nobody taking the day or anything. Let's see. John Dunn wants to know, do we own a Franklin skidder? Nope. Don't own a Franklin skidder. Never have had one or anything. Rodney Elrod. Just thought I'd come on here and do just a quick live feed here. Let's see. There's old Royce. I met Royce last year in Arkansas at the logging show over there at Hot Springs. Yeah. Royce, I actually filmed my neighbors across the road right here from me. They have a huge dirt. They're in the dirt business. They have a huge dirt gravel pit over there. I went over there today and filmed them with the drone. Went over there. They were loading out clay with a 270 John Deere over there and filmed it. And where they were hauling it to, they couldn't load the trucks hardly at all because the ground was so soft where they were going in at this house. And they were just having to basically just half loading trucks to get in there and get back out and everything. And let's see. Yeah, Kevin, I did see Jason's boat there. Let's see. Let's see, Steven, is the price difference between the Braco pallet forks you have and a standard set of the Frontier ones from John Deere worth it? I don't know. I've got a friend that that hooked me up on those Bracos that I got, and that was just kind of a buddy deal on that. And I would get something quality as quality built, but I wouldn't go after something top shelf. I mean, unless you were going to be, um, going to be using it, day in and day out. I mean, if you're going to use it every now and then, I wouldn't pay top dollar for anything. I'd just get something to get by with. I think I believe it's Brad, just asked about Kevin's pool. Kevin's pool's done. Was it last Monday? Or I dug that pool out on a Sunday. The next Monday, they put that pool up. So a week after I dug it out, and then it's got water and everything in it now. And let's see. Matthew, no, I'm not planning on coming to Missouri or Arkansas anytime soon. Yeah, Pat, you take it easy tomorrow, man, and everything, and have a good Saturday. Stuff. I think he's about 7 hours ahead, so it's 8. Yeah, it's bad late over where he's at right now. And let's see. There's old Derek Pettit. Let's see here. I'm scrolling back up, kind of see if I missed anything or anything like that. Tyler wants to know, do y'all ever hit 100 loads in a week anymore? We probably could if it would quit raining, and wasn't so wet. But the problem is the meals too. I mean, everything's got to be just right now to make it. Let's see. Pat Wilson says he finally got to put on one of my t-shirts from the Oregon Logging Show. Finally start raining and the sun is out, 60+ degrees. Happy Easter to you too, man. And Kevin said he's gonna go pick mushrooms. So I kind of, I don't really mind kind of hanging around the house and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me at all. I have enough stuff here to do, and I can go down to my shop down there and mess around like that. What's it like where each of y'all are located at? Are you just like slap down? Are you doing anything? I mean, what's going on in each of y'all's areas? Can you tell us a difference if you do go out? Or you watching traffic on the road go by in front of where you live? Does the traffic seem slower and stuff like that or anything? And stuff. Let's see here. Around here, you can tell. Let's see. There's Chance from Northport, Alabama. He's only about 45 minutes away. Let's see. Matthew says Yep. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do this weekend, Brad. I think I'm gonna smoke a Boston butt tomorrow, I believe is what I'm gonna do. But yeah, traffic's a lot better. Yeah, Logan Killer says no lockdown in Arkansas yet. I'm hoping maybe we're fixing to be on the downhill side of all this stuff and everything. And that's what I'm hoping. I'm afraid this is going to kill the restaurants, though, man. The restaurants, a lot of stuff. There's an article in our paper about the air travel. We were running 4 flights a day back and forth from here to Atlanta, and we're down to 2 flights, and there's like less than 10 people combined on those 2 flights and everything out of here. There's OSLC Farms. He finally showed up here. Old Brian. Thomas says they can't even go into Texas. Yeah, they've got Louisiana over there, man. Goodness gracious. I think they would have been wise not to even had Mardi Gras down there in New Orleans this year because, man, you look at the map, a lot of that stuff kind of headed up down there, and then it kind of branched out, man. And let's see. See, Johnny says he's in Ontario, Canada. He says pretty much dead on the roads, just the grocery stores are open. Yeah. Let's see. Atlanta, Georgia was dead. I'd like to go over there and see that when it was slowed down over there. That would be worth the drive just to go over there to see Atlanta with it kind of like it is right now. Because I've heard some other people talking about that. Let's see. Yeah, Kenneth, he said in Thomasville, the traffic is slowed down a little bit, not much. Kind of funny, some areas you see it seems like it has, but some it hasn't. I think my opinion on this is well, let me back up a little bit here. Y'all remember 15, 20 years ago, we had the swine flu, supposed to be the swine flu. And then we were supposed to have the bird flu. And neither one of them ever didn't really do anything. And so, when they started talking about this other thing coming up, I thought, it might be kind of the same thing. But I say that to say this. If they would have, about the end of February, would have started hitting this thing pretty hard and would have stopped spring break from happening and then the Mardi Gras and not had the Con Expo. Which Con Expo kind of surprised me out there where Senseless is. There wasn't that much come out of that from over there like what I thought it would probably end up being. And but they would have got those things killed right there in either like the Con Expo, for instance, everything was there in place and moved it way later on or, and kind of held off on it or something. And everything that G. Taurus won right there, he just hit on something I was going to touch on too. He says that he thinks that the COVID-19 was already here before all this started. And I kind of agree. I agree with him on that too. Not kind of, I do agree with him on that. I think it was already here. I think where it come from, I think they were bad slow about really working on it from their end. And then it snowballed on us really quick and everything like that. But if they would have hit this thing at the end of February, I believe we would be coming out of it right now. I believe it would be over with and everything for us would be coming on back to normal. And can you imagine, here's the thing that is probably the toughest for me to wrap my arms around, and is the fact that if you're a high school senior or you're a parent of a high school senior, this from March on, getting that ripped slap out from underneath you right there, because those kids are having a memory snatched away from them, and the parents are having a memory snatched from them that can never, ever, ever be replaced or anything. And because I ain't going back to school. It ain't happening. But I believe if you know, end of February, they probably could have still had a graduation and got some of that stuff done. I mean, you know, heck with the softball and the baseball. I mean, that's something else. I mean, you know, the graduation where everybody's involved in it. You know, I mean, no, think about this. This year's my 30th year out of school. We're supposed to have our 30th year class reunion this summer. Those kids for 2020, every year that rolls around, that memory of this stupid virus is going to be what's going to consume them. I mean, and just can't imagine what that's like, because we, you know, Anna Kate was a senior 3 years ago, and I know enjoyed all that stuff like that, going through all that and all the different things that she got to do, you know, awards day, graduation, prom, all that stuff like that, and stuff. Let's see, and all, but the ripple effects of this stuff is going to be mind-boggling. I think this is going to be those of y'all who remember Hurricane Katrina when it hit in 2005. This is going to be it times 1,000, I'm afraid, man. And oh, there's somebody that I thought about that I hadn't seen in the comments in a couple of weeks, and that's Cynthia Herr. Have any of y'all seen anything out of her? A lot of y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. A lot of people call her Synthinator and stuff like that and everything. She lives up in Michigan, has a lot of health problems and things. And prior to all this going on, and I haven't seen anything out of Cynthia in a few weeks, and just hoping that everything's good. Hope everything's good with her. You know, some of y'all see her pop up on another channel, because a lot of times people come and go. You know what I mean? They'll be here and they kind of get burned out, and they'll go to somebody else, and they'll be back, you know, or whatever, you know, and everything like that. But it's kind of odd for her to be gone for multiple weeks and stuff like that. So if some of y'all happen to see her pop up on another channel, you know, comment or something like that, comment on one of my videos and let me know or something, or send me an email and everything. Yeah, BKD70 says, I've thought about that too. Says essential equals expendable. LOL, same with me. He's pretty much right on that. Jonathan Brown Fishing is in South Carolina. Chance says, when can he come run the loader for a while? Hit me up, man. If you can run the loader pretty good, I'll show dang. I'll put you on and I'll sit back in my truck and watch you run it and stuff and all that. But yeah, let's see. There's old Keith. Keith's been around for a while. And stuff. Let's see. Light Bear. Yeah, we send a lot of raw material in the IP here in Columbus. They have a big mill here. And there's old John Boy. John Boy, I understand you've been asleep all afternoon long. You got out of your slumberness here and everything. And let's see. So, yep. Let's see, buying a rock rate from Dirt Perfect. Brian SLC Farms. There's old Jack Dolphin. He's from up there, Aberdeen, Mississippi. He ain't too far. And stuff like that. Yep. Ain't that the truth? DPCCGM, he said lots of guys in their early 70s, their senior trip was to Vietnam. He's right about that. That's my dad went over there. My dad went over there. Mr. Larry was over there. And my dad will be 74 coming up in June of this year. There's old David. Let's see. Oh, man. Yep, Lane, I am making it through it, man. Let's see. There's old David Ketterman. David, your package went out. I shipped everything that had orders come in through the week. Everything shipped yesterday. So I got yours dropped off and all the prizes and everything goes out. Went out yesterday. So you ought to have it Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Tyler, I don't have a sweatshirt in a 4X. I do have regular shirts in 4X though. There's Mark. So Brad wants to know what's the fuel consumption on the Mini. Man, I don't know. It ain't much. That thing don't burn much at all. I ran the dog out of that thing though yesterday, and let's see. Rodney wants to know, how did I get into tree work and excavator work? That's a pretty good question. So the tree work, I used to do a lot of tree work back in the day, and did it with a backhoe, a John Deere backhoe, and I just kind of faded out and kind of quit doing it and didn't really mess with it. And then lo and behold, here come Husqvarna along a couple years ago, and they were wanting me to do some stuff with their chainsaws. And yeah, the 550 is a good beginner saw, but be careful, respect that thing, because that saw ain't no joke. That saw is a beast. But when Husqvarna came along, well, it's going to be 3 years ago, and was wanting me to use some of their saws, film their saws and everything. We don't run saws in the woods hardly ever at all. And so I seen the opportunity to, I told Jill I needed to be able to run the saws to go back to, doing some tree work in yards and stuff like that. That was the best opportunity. Well, in early 2018, it was February, I believe it was 2018, I went up to a softball tournament in Cary, North Carolina, which is right outside of Raleigh. And so I lined it up to kill two birds with one stone. I went up there to do a softball tournament, and I lined it up to go see Let's Dig and film with him. But I told Let's Dig, Chris, I told him, I said, when I come up there, I said, I don't want to just film a video. I said, let's do something. If we can do something, working wise, let's do something. So we were pondering on it, and so he sent me a picture one day, and he sent me a picture of a bunch of cedar trees, and he said, hey, are you game on cutting some of these cedar trees down when you come up here? And I said, yeah, man. I said, I'll do that. He said, all right. He said, we'll do some tree work while you're up here. And I said, okay. So I met him early that morning, way before daylight, and he had his Mini already loaded up, that older Yanmar that he's got, 55. And we went to this place where those cedar trees were, and so I was cutting those cedar trees down. His buddy Jack, that's got the sawmill, he was there too. I met Jack, and then Zach. I can't think of Zach's last name right now. He showed up too, and So we were all hanging out and cutting those trees down. Well, as I was cutting those trees down, they were limbing them up, and I was helping limb them up too. And Jack and them were cutting the logs off of them. Chris was picking them up with his mini, and then he was coming behind us with the mini and cleaning up all the limbs. And I climbed up on the mini, and I was riding on the engine hood, sitting up there on the engine hood, riding with him, talking with him and everything. And I was watching how easy it was for the mini to clean those limbs up. And so when the thing came along with Husqvarna, I told Jill, I said, I need to go back to doing some yard jobs, cutting trees down. And I said, what I need to do is I need to buy a mini excavator. And so I started looking for a mini like in November of last year, December last year. And I couldn't find a used one like what I was wanting. I didn't want one that was wore out or trashed out or anything like that. I was wanting something that was pretty dependable and stuff. And so I priced all the new ones, and like 6 different brands here. And our local Kubota dealer here, I'd been talking with him a good bit and everything, and he said, let me sell you a new one. I got thinking about it, and he said, let me call Kubota up. And he said, let's get them involved in this right quick and tell them what's kind of going on. So Kubota got involved, and there was some stuff went back and forth with them for videos and stuff like that. And so I bought the mini, and so that put me to where I could do the tree work, simple, easy. I mean, I can literally run in and knock these trees down, I'm talking about, and clean them up by myself like that. I mean, just nothing to it whatsoever. I mean, I can pull in and I'd put 3 trees on the ground and cut them up real quick and get them cleaned up in an hour, just crazy time, and so I knocked the tree jobs out, and then, man, I had some opportunities to run some water lines and stuff like that. So I was like, well, hey, I asked around to kind of see what the going rate was on it, and it just went from there, man. I went from doing some, when we had a backhoe, I used to do a good bit of septic work, like fill lines, grading around houses and stuff like that. And so when I got the mini, I just kind of filtered right back into that stuff, doing that kind of stuff too. And the mini makes it so easy to do it. I mean, it's just nothing to it. And then all of a sudden I have all this other stuff with people want me to send me stuff for the mini, like that grapple and the claw and that sort of stuff like that. And I mean, I could run that thing every day if I wanted to. I mean, it's I mean, I'd come in an afternoon and bust $1,000 just like that with it. I mean, just, it's nuts. Derek just asked about the RPA. Dude, I got a video from last night coming out with the RPA that's going to blow some people's socks off what that thing will do. I mean, it's that thing is, I would spend the $15,000 to buy one of them grapples, and there's no doubt, because I mean, handling the trees and the debris and everything with it, it's nothing to it. I mean, because you can, like on a bucket and a thumb, when you're handling the stuff and you're going to load it on a trailer or in a trailer, you got to set the machine just right to where when you swing around, you're in parallel line with the bed of the trailer, where you can sit on there. Well, with the RPA, it doesn't matter. You can set the machine however you want. You can turn that wood however you want, and all that. So And I'm working on another deal with Kubota right now too. The numbers came through on it today. Matter of fact, I kind of finalized some of the stuff on it yesterday, and then the rest of the numbers come through today on it. And but yeah, Derek's it's Rotovec power attachment is what it is. It's a bad to the bone grapple, fixed position grapple. This got fingers on. It's got 5 fingers on it, and it rotates and everything. Let's see. But so that's where the excavator stuff and everything came from. Just doing all that stuff. I've got a 2,000 feet waterline job to do coming up, and it's gonna be pretty cool. There's gonna be some good video from it, and all. So it'll be pretty interesting. And then I've got a major grading project, but I need another bucket for it, and I've been talking with AMI. A lot of y'all know the deal with AMI. They're up there in Canada. Great company. I actually run across them through my M&M videos with Brian McGuffey, the demolition stuff that he does, and met one of their engineers when he came in here working with Brian on some stuff and everything. And so people keep asking about the skid steers and stuff. We actually have a skid steer. We have a Gale 6640. It's like 86 horsepower, but it's not on tracks. It's on wheels. I actually bought that machine myself brand new in 08. And then Dad ended up buying it to go. I was going to sell it. And when I got rid of all my cows, and Dad ended up buying it to go up there to shop and everything. A skid steer is not something that I want to buy. They're handy in certain situations, very handy. But I'm not that fond of a skid steer. I've got a lot of time on a skid steer, and I can grade real well with them and do a lot of stuff with them. But if I can get by without buying a skid steer, that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to buy a skid steer. I would rent one before I bought one. And just like I said, I'm not crazy about skid steers. They're if you're going to move dirt from one location to another, they're very handy for that. They're real good on grade work too. But if I could do a job a little bit quicker having a skid steer, but I could do it a little bit slower with the Mini and not have to buy a skid steer, that's what I'd rather do. Because you kind of I want to keep it where it's a one-man show, unless I got to have some help on something. Because if you've got a mini excavator sitting there that's multi-purpose times 1,000, you can do so much with a mini excavator that you can't do with a skid steer. All right, so you got that. I'm one person, I can run the mini excavator. Okay, well, you buy a skid steer, you tie up, say, $80,000 to $100,000 right there on a skid steer, on a good skid steer. It's hard to sit there and watch that thing sit. And then you start thinking, well, I need to put a man on that thing and get it running. Well, then you open up a whole different thing to where, okay, all of a sudden you've got to run it because you've got to keep a man working and everything. So then that puts me on the road all the time, constantly looking at jobs, trying to find things to do. Yeah, and Derek brings out a good point, and somebody to run it, somebody good to run it. And then like right now, the way things are right now, if I'm sitting here rolling up on a Thursday and I don't feel like doing anything on a Saturday, a job, or I want to go fishing or I want to go hunting, I can just take that job and I can push it over to the side, and I ain't got nobody else to worry about or anything like that. And then I can take my two little happy legs and I can go hunting or fishing or make a road trip or do whatever I want to do. And that's the way that I want to try to keep it, and everything like that. Do have one guy here that just came to mind. He does a lot of work with a skid steer. All I got to do is get on the phone with him, make a call to him, tell you, hey, I got a job going on. I'm gonna need you to come help me on it. Man, he'd come over in a heartbeat and work, and I pay him and stuff like that and all. But so, man, it's let's see. Oh man. Let's see. Alan B says, he comments a lot too. He says, get some better attachment for the John Deere backhoe. For the John Deere backhoe, like you and Kevin did for the swimming pool. Yeah. Of course, that backhoe belongs to the company and everything, and all, and that the backhoe is kind of like the skid steer. I'm not real crazy about them either, man. You're limited. The speed of them is good, like running down the road or like moving a lot of dirt quick if you're gonna move it across the yard or something. They work great for that, but dang, they're, and the thing about it, I can load that Mini up, and I can move that thing so fast on my gooseneck and all and stuff. Let's see, Brian. Yeah, our backhoe has a thumb on it, and it works good. It's not hydraulic; it's a fixed thumb. And I actually put it on there when I was doing a lot of tree work with it back in, I think, year 2000. It's been on there ever since. We got it fixed where you can take it off. You just pull the pins on it and do that. Steven, you're going to see Dean in a good bit of videos here coming up. He says, put Dean on it. No. I'll keep Dean in the pickup truck or whatever. And let's see, Mike. Yes, I was. Why didn't Mike, did Jacob not tell you I was coming down there or what, man? What happened on that deal? Because I figured when I pulled up down there, I had an hour drive to come down there, and I just knew when I got down there that it wasn't going to be just Jacob, that it was going to be you and Jacob both. And there when I pulled up down there, but he must have wanted me all for himself or something, or he didn't let you know or something, I guess. What's the deal on that? Oh God. So Jacob didn't say anything to you about it, man. Oh, he's got to be top turd on your do-do list right now, man. And stuff. God, dog. Yeah, Dean will stay stuck. He is correct. Let's see, man, here. Somebody mentioned that flag right there. A lot of y'all probably don't know about that flag. Hang on just a second. That flag actually has a massive story behind it right there. That story is cool. It's cool. I'm gonna hold that up right there. Let's see here. There you go. Yeah, I shut that door. I told Jill don't be running around in underwear tonight or anything and stuff. So it says somebody, I'll read it here. The 9th Expeditionary Bomb Squadron. Be quiet there, Siri. This flag was flown on board a B-1B tail number 86-0127 in support of Operation Inherent Resolve on December the 27th, 2018. It was flown for Tim, CT3 O'Brien, and Bone 11 is the pilot right there. So I want to get this frame, but that flag right there, that's what it came from right there. That's the reason why that one hangs up. And it's a good backdrop. I have another one over here, a Navy flag that was flown on a F-18 Hornet. This over here that I've got folded up, that I'm gonna alternate out. I'm gonna take this one down and I'm gonna put the Navy one up there in this place for a little while, kind of give me a different backdrop. So let's see. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, Chance says he has to disagree with me about a backhoe. He says you can do jobs very well with them. Yes, you can, but not everything. That's right. If you need to dig dirt in a pit and load a truck with a one-man show, it's the best thing to have. Yeah, I mean, you know, doing what I do, a backhoe would not work for me. If you watch my video today, there is no way you could have stuck a backhoe up in that place where I was and done what I did in the amount of time that I did it and all of that. And, you know, it's just, it's just one of those things. For me, the mini excavator is where it's at. And we still own a backhoe. And all. They're big, they're cumbersome, and you can't swing all the way around, and everything like that. For tree work, man, it's backhoe is, it does good and everything. Let's see, the backhoe's not near as good as the mini excavator is. And the thing about the backhoe too, man, like ours, that 310 John Deere, that son gun goes in the ground so freaking fast, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it just a little bit and all that, but it would have been tough to do what I did yesterday with a backhoe and all that. So let's see, we've been on here we've been over an hour now, man, and everything. I've got to let's see, I've got to get a video ready for tomorrow too, and all that stuff like that, and figure out something what I'm gonna post. I got a whole bunch of stuff filmed, and but I don't know what I'm gonna post tomorrow. So appreciate all y'all tuning in tonight and hanging in here with me, watching. I think it's important right now, with the way things are. There's a lot of people out there. I can look on Facebook. I don't have a lot of Facebook friends on there. I have Facebook friend requests sent to me all the time. At one time, I had like nearly 4,000 Facebook friends, and I culled it down to just a little over 500. And but I can look through. I'm watching on Facebook, and I can tell there's some people that are pretty dang depressed, with what's going on. People that are used to going and doing and being out. A lot of people like to mix and mingle. I'm not a mix and mingler type of person. I'll go to these shows and things like that, but I'm not crazy about being in large crowds of people and things like that. It's just not really my thing. I don't like big sporting events and stuff like that. I like to kind of keep it on the down low. And so like being here, kind of my own little confines, I'm good with that. But I can tell that it's affecting a lot of people, and very negatively in what I kind of watch and see. So we just all got to hang in there, man. All gotta hang in there. Of course, today is Good Friday. Got Easter coming up Sunday. It's gonna be a very different Easter for a lot of people, including us. You know what I mean? And big family time, families getting together, Easter Sunday, church, and all that goes along that revolves around and circles Easter. And this year is going to be very, very, very different. And so keep an eye on everybody. We'll catch y'all later. Y'all be good. We'll see y'all later, taters.